which has cost more than 200 pesos per kilo by now.
Right.
No, di ba? In fact, our tilapia production has surpassed the production of bango.
Yeah.
Kasi they're relatively easy to culture.
Pero may bagong development daw ngayon, yung freshwater na supong malalaki yung ulang.
Mhm.
Kasi nagpunta ako ng safe deck, meron silang mga juvenile. At sabi sa akin, napapaanak na daw. Eh, then could you give us a brief on that? Pwede lang gawin ito ngayon.
Early at 1978, we have been doing trials, culture trials for the macro-blocking. Ito yung freshwater ulang. But, and we have been working on our native ulang, the ones that I remember we even catch it from river in Bulacan, no? Apalit River.
Ano ba, bigay tayo ng specifics niya. Ano ba, nakapag-produce ka ng 1 ton every cropping. Magkano mo ibibenta yan?
You know, ulang would now cost around 300 pesos per kilo.
Okay. So, ikaw rin, ang isang ordinary farmer, yung 1,000 kilo, madali yan eh.
Yeah.
Di ba? Ilang piraso lang yan. Ilang case lang yan. Di ba?
Yeah.
So, kung may programa na gano'n, say sa Laguna, kasi nga kanina, dinidiscuss namin ni Gary sa Laguna, ang dami naghihirap na yan. Dahil nga yung tumaas ang lake water eh. Eh kung lagyan nila nito, di mas naging you make lemonade out of a lemon, di ba? So, now they go into this venture, kikita sila doon. Lake water. Kaya lang, how would they know that?
Alam niyo kasi, no, yung ulang is a carnivore, no? And if a species is a carnivore, then feed would be expensive, because you have to feed them with fish also.
Yeah.
And therefore, yung feed for ulang would be expensive. That's the reason why you can sell it at a higher price, because they are more expensive to produce. But there are fishes that are easier to feed. Yung mga herbivorous fish, no? Like bangus and then tilapia. No? These can be fed with cheap feed. No? Medyo of course, no, they can go into ulang because in Laguna Lake, we have a lot of trash fishes. Diba? Yung mga trash na, yung mga ayunin na maliit.
With how they did it in other societies. Like, I know for a fact na nung panahon ni Mao Zedong sa China, hindi pa ganito kayaman ng China. Ang nagpakain sa kanila, itong karpa na malalaki, di ba? Kaya yung mga scientists natin, di ba doon pa nag-aaral nito? Pero ngayon, pagbalik dito, ang dami na yung sabi. Kaya lang, pag nakita mo siya sa ilog, hindi mo malaman kung siya yung janitor fish o biggest carpet. Nagkakapareho na ng laki eh. Tapos, pag tinitingnan ko yung Pasig River, ang daming lumalabas na
Alam mo, well, number one, if you remember, no, when we introduced it in Laguna Lake, ang big head carp na yan, it was only about 7 pesos per kilo. But of course, one fish would be around 3-4 kilos each. No? But it was the cheapest fish at the time. Even now, no, it's still a relatively cheap fish because it costs on the wholesale market about 30 pesos per kilo.
Per kilo?
Compared to tilapia, which is about 60, di ba?
But sa China, yun ang staple protein food.
But you'll be surprised. No? There's a big market now for big head carp.
Oh, yeah?
They make it into surimi. Alam mo, they process it and make it into surimi.
Ano yung surimi?
Surimi is the base for a lot of processed fish products. No? Like, what they do,
fish bowl, you know?
They get the meat, they wash it so that it won't contain any taste, and then they put flavors. So they can make it into fish balls, they can make it into chicken balls, they can make it into yung imitation crab legs, fish cakes, kamaboko, and all that. Marami, no? Marami na.
So, naging raw material na siya sa industrialized processing.
Yes.
Anong stage na tayo ngayon doon? Marami ng negosyanteng natin ngayon.
Well, they are mostly concentrated in Laguna Lake.
Okay.
Because in Laguna Lake, it's relatively cheap to produce fish. They hardly feed their fish in Laguna Lake.
Pero miski ko konti sila, ito rin, very promising siya. Malaki yung market. Yung surimi market.
Yes, no? Alam mo kasi, right now, the best fish for culture in Laguna Lake is the big head carp.
Okay.
No? because well, bangus has to be cultured in a relatively cleaner water.